Welcome back to Hot Take Sports, episode 20. Matt, how are you doing?
Not too shabby. A bit tired, but, make it through the day.
I get that. Brady?
I'm considering I'm the only one that slept in bed last night. I think I'm doing much better than the other guys.
That is a very accurate statement, Brady.
Yeah.
Isaac?
Very, very, very tired.
Yeah, don't die on us over there. Clayton, how are you today?
I am very tired as well, but I'm excited for this episode. For today's central topic will be the MLB. We're going to start off with the year of the no-no. Brady, I'm going to pass the mic to you here to start off for this one.
Well, in case you haven't seen the hot take of the day from May 20th, yesterday our hot take was that by July 1st, at least the modern era record for no-hitters in the season, which is 7, will be broken by July 1st, and the overall record, which is 8, will be either tied or broken by July 1st. Because it is May 21st, and there's been 6 no-hitters already. 6 of them. Chronological order, I believe in episode 18 we touched on Joe Musgrove and Carlos Rodon already. But since then, we had John Means no-hit the Mariners, Wade Miley no-hit the Indians, Spencer Turnbull no-hit the Mariners, and then Corey Kluber, former Indian, no-hit his team, his former team. He threw 1 inning for the Rangers, and then threw 9 no-hit innings against them on Corey Kluber Rangers bobblehead night.
Nice.
Ooh, that's efficiency right there.
Yeah.
Yup.
Let's the Indians, Mariners, and Rangers have all fallen victim of the no-hitter twice this year. I've seen some people come out and say,
Don't just say
baseball's starting to become unbearable to watch in some games. Like, it was actually, I believe it was the Marlins manager, Don Mattingly, that actually came out and said that with all these no-hitters, baseball has conventionally become unwatchable.
When top-tier pitchers like Clayton Kershaw are coming out and saying that all these no-hitters are horrible for the game, you know something's going wrong.
I was just going to touch on that, Matt. Clayton Kershaw yesterday came out and said that the amount of no-hitters is not good for baseball.
I've seen a lot of people say that it's because they deadened the ball.
Right.
It's like an extra 5 or 6 feet that's just not going out. Because, when you've got all these balls to the warning track now in comparison to the seats.
I was going to say, 5 or 6 feet doesn't sound like a lot to a normal person thinking about a 400-foot fence. But, when you watch the amount of catches that are on the warning track, that is the difference in that play.
That's literally a game, season, potentially career for some guys change. Guys that make a living off of hitting home runs, all of a sudden just don't have the pop.
Yeah, they've got to get absolutely massive and take daddy hacks just to hit it out. Because it used to have a normal swing. Yeah, I know. It's okay.
What did you say?
I've heard Blake use
daddy
that.
Hacks.
I've heard Blake use that term before. I've never heard you say that before.
Oh, it only comes out every once in a while, but it makes for a great time.
Blake was talking to me at practice one time. He said, "Yeah, maybe if you take a daddy whack at it, you'd actually hit over the fence." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Daddy whack.
Daddy hacks or no daddy hacks, you just gotta hit it hard.
Yep.
All right.
Hey.
Another interesting stat on the no-hitters. Mariners third baseman Kyle Seager has witnessed 9 no-hitters. He's been a part of being no-hit 5 times, and he's been on the good side of a no-hitter 4 times. And one of them was actually a perfect game by Felix Hernandez in 2012, something like that.
King Felix.
He was looking to rebound at the Orioles this year, and it's just, I think he's hurt right now.
I was going to say, he tried to rebound with the Braves last year, right?
Yeah, he was going to, then he opted out because of COVID.
Yeah. Like a 1 year, I think it was literally like a 1 year, $1 million contract.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Almost as cool as a $1 contract.
Hey man, Cameron Raymond did just in fact get traded to the Mets from the Cubs for $1.
Wasn't a $1 contract, but
You're right. It wasn't a $1 contract, but yeah. Just $1.
Alright, so let's talk about probably, in my opinion, the most exciting player in baseball right now.
Oh, easily.
By far. Shohei Ohtani, who's just been absolutely insane this year on both sides, on the plate and on the mound and in the field.
He's got 14 home runs this year already, leading the league. He's just been crushing it. I mean, everybody's been saying it from a mile away. If Shohei can stay healthy, he's going to prove that he's one of the most talented players in the league.
I would agree.
Yeah.
There aren't a whole lot of guys who are legitimate pitching threats and can hit the ball like he can. You know?
In his own sense, Shohei is like a Steph Curry. He's just completely changing how the game is viewed. And it's what baseball needs right now. You know, like nobody was shooting threes at the volume that Steph is now and that the league is now before him. Like he completely changed the game. And guys like Shohei and more of them are going to start coming. Like I know the Cardinals have a guy somewhere in their system that is on a similar track. I don't know if he's as good. He's sitting in single and double A right now, but yeah, I mean, there will be more and more as time goes on. And it'll be interesting to see how that changes baseball and how that affects the whole universal DH that is supposed to be on the way.
Yeah, I mean, like you can still take the DH out, like the Angels have done multiple times. So I think whenever Ohtani pitches, that's what they'll probably end up doing is just dumping off the universal DH.
That's true, and you can also DH for somebody else. I mean, if
Right.
somebody's not hitting the ball well, it doesn't have to be for the pitcher. There's no rule
That's
on
true.
that.
In a traditional sense, your middle infielders tend to not be as good hitters.
Yeah.
Traditionally speaking, obviously there are several exceptions to that rule, but universal DH, if you have a guy like Shohei Ohtani, you could have him hit for somebody like that.
Yeah. Then even on the mound, like Matt said, he's been excelling both sides of the ball. Shohei in 6 games is 1-0 with a 2.37 ERA and 30 and a third innings pitched, 45 punch-outs. I mean, the dude can top out at 102, so.
I did see a meme the other day that made me chuckle, actually. So, it was Shohei Ohtani, right? He'd just gotten done pitching, and they moved him to right field. SportsCenter tweeted out, "Oh my gosh, Shohei Ohtani just threw 88 pitches, and now he's playing right field." And some guy commented, "Dude, I did this when I was 13 years old. It's not that special."
Yeah, I saw that.
Was that dude throwing 102?
Yeah, dude, you weren't cranking home runs off of world-class pitching. Sorry, buddy.
I appreciate the grind, though. Respect.
I saw a TikTok today. It was like, Mike Trout really could be the second most talented player on his own team. I was like, like he's the best player in the league, but Shohei might actually out-talent him. When you really think about it.
As of right now, the crown still sits with Trout.
Well, I mean, no matter what, Trout's the best player,
Right.
regardless.
But Shohei Ohtani, like Matt said earlier, is absolutely the most exciting player in baseball right now. I don't even think it's really that close.
No way.
Shohei is, like you guys said, changing the league, just as a whole. I mean, there's other guys like Shohei. Like, there's a guy in the Rays organization. He hasn't really been able to hit as well, obviously, as Shohei. But that also appears to come around after, the 3rd or 4th year. Like Matt said, there's a Cardinals guy down there. So, I mean, two-way players, you see them in college a lot sometimes. But, I mean, I think, because baseball as a sport is evolving, I think as teams and the players figure out more ways to be able to preserve doing both, I think they'll become more commonplace.
But it also makes you wonder, how much better would Shohei be if he just stuck with one thing? Like, if he just focused on being a pitcher, or he just focused on being an outfielder. Maybe he does. Maybe he is the best player on his team then. Maybe he does become the best outfielder on the Angels and in the league.
This is terrifying to think
I was
about.
gonna say, that's crazy to think about, dude.
Or maybe he even shifts his role a little bit. Like, you've talked about multiple times that if Shohei was just a reliever and then played in the field, he would be able to excel quite a bit more and have a lot less risk for injury and such.
Yeah. I'm just excited to watch how Shohei's progress goes. I'm also interested to see when he hits free agency here in like 3 or 4 years. Like, is he gonna stay with the Angels or is he gonna go somewhere else?
Hey, he's gonna sign a monster contract.
I was gonna
with
say
the
somebody will
Angels.
throw a ton of money at him. That's
He'll-
always
he'll
what
sign
happens.
a 10-year, $160 million contract or one of those.
Now, here's food for thought on that, because, Shohei is a breaking left-handed hitter right now. You put him in a park like San Francisco where it's like 308 down the right field
Yeah.
line. It's going to be raining baseballs.
Yeah, the
Directly into the
kayakers out in McCovey Cove are going to be very happy people.
Shohei in San Francisco would be ridiculous.
But would you really think about that as a free agent? Is the first thing you're thinking about is, where would it be easiest for me to hit home runs?
Well, but I mean, okay, if you're Shohei...
I mean, if I'm hitting bombs like that and they're offering me like a ton of money, heck yeah, I'm going there.
But I mean, even if you sign just like a 1-year deal with the Giants, if you crush like 40 or 50 home runs because of McCovey Cove, you get more money. Like, they'll be like, oh man, this guy can hit even better now. Pay him more money.
Yeah, and then on the off chance he gets injured and then he doesn't get his 10-year, $200 million contract.
Hey man, work for Marcelo
Then he's
Zuna's gotta
messed
work
up.
for somebody, right?
Yeah.
Hey, he got paid this winter.
Doesn't mean he deserved it.
Fair enough.
All right. Matt, I kind of want to shift the
can't-
focus to you a little bit, actually, for this next topic.
Staying on the Angels, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Sort of.
Well, sort of.
Staying in LA.
That's true, we're staying in
A
LA.
lot of staying in LA.
Matt, would you like to elaborate on our next topic?
Oh, I'd love to. So, it came out recently that Albert Pujols was being designated for assignment, which still to this day makes no sense to me.
This means they kicked him off their 40-man roster.
Yeah, exactly.
They had
So why
10
is
days.
he designated for assignment?
They had,
Say you released him.
well, no, because they have 10 days to either trade him, release him, or outright him to the minors. So it's not just a
Yeah,
straight.
so why not just do one of those three? Like,
I
it
mean,
doesn't
they
make any
did.
sense to me.
I mean, they ended up just straight
So
up.
what's the designated assignment for?
Just so that way they kick him off the roster. That way, if somebody claims him off waivers, they don't have to pay his money, rather than if they just straight up release him. I mean, they have to pay his money now anyway, but the waiver system in
That's the
baseball
same
is just
thing.
wild to me.
Anyways, so obviously rumors are floating around where Pujols was going to go, and I was on board with him having a reunion with my St. Louis Cardinals.
You and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, me and Bradley Beal. I'm sure others, but
Oh yeah, I was
at
on
the same
board.
time, everybody knew Albert Pujols left the Angels because he wanted to be a consistent player, and he's not going to be taking innings away from Paul Goldschmidt.
No.
Definitely not at this point in his career would he be doing that.
Maybe 10 years ago, yeah. You
Yeah.
sign a monster deal to go.
Well, I mean, 10 years ago he would have just resigned. Because he was in fact a free agent.
Anyways. But what I don't understand is why he would go to the Dodgers. How is he going to get more playing time with the Dodgers than with the Angels?
See, I think right now, because since Bellinger's out, and Corey Seager's also out, so Gavin Lux, who is the Dodgers' normal second baseman, shift back over to his natural position of shortstop. And they've got Max Muncy, who has the flexibility to play second and third, so they're playing him at second. So Pujols is getting all the at-bats at first base right now.
Okay, so then are they just going to release him when they get healthy?
No, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna really get him back to the bench, or at least give him like at bats against righties, because the Dodgers against lefties. Sorry, the Dodgers are a very left-handed heavy team, especially because Muncy and Lux and Bellinger, they're all left-handed, and really the only main right-handed hitters on that team are Mookie and Justin Turner. Everybody else is pretty much left-handed.
They're still solid right-handed bats, though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But Pujols would play 2 games with the Dodgers. He had an RBI single in the first one. Then he hit a home run last night.
Yeah.
So he's proven he can still hit it, at least a little bit.
It's true.
You guys want to hear my theory on why he went to the Dodgers?
Oh, I can tell you why.
It's only 2
Pretty
words.
jewelry.
I was going to say, it's only 2 words. Ring chasing.
Well, there's that. He obviously wants a 3rd ring.
100%. That I think that's the sole reason.
Well, yeah, and
Well, it's not
third
the
ring
it's not the
solidifies him
sole
in the
reason,
Hall
but
of
it's a
Fame.
lot of it. He also doesn't really want to move his family, like with like a year or two left in his career.
Do you think this is it? I think this might be it.
I mean, he says he's got more left, so we'll have to see.
yeah, but
It wouldn't
you can-
surprise me though.
You can say you have enough as much as you want, but if nobody wants you,
Yeah, but I guarantee you, the Cardinals will at least sign him to at least a one-day contract, if nothing else. Play him one last game, then send him off. That's what the Mets did with David Wright.
That still doesn't mean they want him. That's just...
But you know what I mean. It's the principle. Is it though?
No, it's not. Signing a one-day contract is not wanting him. Signing a one-day contract is sending him off.
Okay, but you want to send him off.
Signing
See,
a
I'll
one-year
say-
contract is wanting him a little.
Well, yeah. I think they might even do that eventually. Just eventually.
I could see them signing him to like maybe a minor league
They're gonna sign him
contract.
to 5 one-day contracts and then be like, all right, fine, I guess we'll take you for the last 360.
So, but I mean, obviously it's not like the same because Jason Giambi didn't play 11 years in Cleveland. But it's kind of like what the Indians did with Jason Giambi. They just like, especially if the universal DH is around, they just like DH him every once in a while, keep him on the roster for the year. 'Cause, I mean, Jason Giambi was like 41 and 42 when he played Cleveland. Pujols was what, 39, 40?
Yeah, high 30s.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously a third ring and not having to move your family across the country partway into the season is definitely what it's going to be. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he resigned though.
So, Isaac, what do you think Pujols' future is? What does he have left in the tank?
I mean, I think he'll sign like a 1 or 2 year contract after this one, and then retire.
Where? Is he just gonna stay in LA? Is he gonna go back to St. Louis?
I think he'll probably,
Cleveland, just to make you happy?
yeah.
You guys can't hit as it is, so I mean, you
Yeah.
might as well take a 40-year-old who can.
That is
Yeah.
in fact true.
I think he'll sign at least another year with the Dodgers. And then I think he goes back to St. Louis for a year. Just to say goodbye.
I can roll with that.
I mean, yeah, that's all I can see him doing.
I don't know.
I think he'll be more in demand next year though if they officially implement the universal DH.
Well, yeah, that's gonna
Yeah.
save his
Because
career.
when you think about it, like obviously Nelly Cruz is literally ridiculous, and Pujols is not still hitting at that level for his age, but Pujols can still swing the bat.
right, but
I think Pujols will get you about 15 to 20 home runs
I mean, he could.
a year.
If he's playing the full season, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I have a question for you now, based off of that. So, next year, Universal DH. Even though he'll be a free agent, do they have Matt Carpenter or a 40 to 41-year-old Albert Pujols?
Pujols. That's not...
I'm about to say,
So I thought.
It hurts
I'm
me
ba-
that you even asked that
I just wanted to
question.
make sure.
Brady, Pujols
Let
all
the
day.
viewers at home know how much you dislike Matt Carpenter.
Viewers at home already know.
Oh, I know.
Yes,
I just like let them hear about it. Because your disdain for Matt Carpenter is literally one of the funniest things to me.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit here.
So we got a little bit of records to talk about.
We do. Brady, you want to start us off?
So Corbin Burns of the Brewers, start opened the year with 58 strikeouts before allowing a walk, set a record, and then not even an entire week later, Garrett Cole broke that record, and he now holds the record with 61 61 strikeouts between the walks.
61 walks between strikeouts, and he's still in the MLB. What a guy.
Still
Wow.
in professional baseball in general.
He
Hey,
should be
man.
playing church softball.
Hey man, I've seen worse pitchers that have probably actually held that streak.
Alright, you know what? You don't have to personally attack me, Brady.
Oh, this actually you guys attacking guys. Why? Who were you thinking of?
Me!
Oh, that's not. There's no way you got that high.
Well, no,
Impossible.
I don't
If it makes you feel better, I was thinking of you too.
I was thinking of Brady.
Brady, did you ever pitch in a high school game? Did you
Not in,
ever
the
win it?
not in the high school game, but Bell was supposedly making me the ace last year. That's what he was telling me. before the season got canceled. Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you're the ace this year." I'm like, okay. He told my parents that too. That was wild. Yeah, I don't know. Believe me, I don't know either.
Amen.
Okay.
The world will never know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things to be left unasked about. Speaking of things that don't really want to ask about or learn about, the Unwritten Rules.
Oh, no, I enjoy talking about the Unwritten Rules.
I do.
Oh, I enjoy talking about them. I just absolutely.
Every single one of them should be broken.
Okay, there's only one that I've seen that is good, and that is that after the starting pitcher comes out of the game, they at least watch the next inning before they leave. That's about the only one I like. All the rest of them are stupid.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, one of the unwritten rules is that after a starting pitcher comes out of the game, they either watch the rest of that inning or they watch the next inning before they shower and leave. So most starting pitchers don't stay for the whole game.
Really?
Yeah. I've learned that from watching Trevor Bauer's vlogs.
I had no idea.
Especially if...
no, that's horrible. You stay and support your team. You're making millions of dollars to be in this stadium.
Well, yeah, I don't like that they
your guys.
leave, but I like that they at least make them stay and watch the next inning before they at least go shower and come back. Yeah. No, I learned that from watching Trevor Bauer's vlogs.
That's crazy.
Like if you're playing like a night game and you have a day game the next day, a lot of times the starting pitcher will leave like halfway through the night game. So
they're not going to do anything the next day anyways.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. They're just going to go out there and throw in the day game.
What? That's dumb.
Yeah, I know. It's wild.
Whatever. Anyways, what were we here for? Yerman.
Once again, not even a full calendar year later, the swinging 3-0 for a home run has been revived. Obviously, last year was Tatis's Grand Slam. This year, Yerman Mercedes, the 28-year-old rookie for the White Sox, took a 48-mile-an-hour pitch from Twins utility player Williams Astudillo to dead center for a home run in a 15-4 game. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Isaac, I'll have you answer your thoughts first.
Answer your thoughts.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. You love it? Anything else?
I love it. It makes baseball more exciting.
Well, I mean, I think anything like that makes baseball more exciting.
Anything deep into the night makes baseball more exciting.
That is big facts.
Yep.
Well, home run call of the year. Yeah, you've missed out on that.
So the ex-girlfriend. This one is out of here. Don't be shows.
Yeah, Clayton, you've really been missing out. Yeah. Just when I'm about to hit a home run, we just start screaming our own home run calls.
Yeah, but I think it's absolutely entertaining because it gets people saying, "Wait, what? You broke a rule?"
Yeah, that his own manager went out and stabbed him in the back. And
oh
clueless.
My gosh, that made me mad. I tell you, LaRussa, if you're listening to this podcast, what are you doing with yourself, bro?
I love when you guys say that, as if, like, you know, some random...
He'll listen to it.
Some random old man that has no place left in the dugout.
Yeah. If you don't want somebody to hit a 3-0 home run off of you, don't throw him a meatball.
Facts.
Exactly.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Like Trevor Bauer once. He did.
He's been quoted multiple times with saying stuff like that.
He's like, well, you know what? If you don't want to be taking deep on a 3-0 pitch, and you're a position player, then don't pitch. Use a pitcher. And you know what? If you're a pitcher, you get taking deep 3-0, pitch better.
Yeah, don't throw 3 crappy pitches in the first place. You dug yourself into that hole. Don't be mad because somebody freaking made you pay for it.
And see, now, what's the difference between a 2-0 home run and a 3-0 home run? Literally, what is the difference?
I mean,
there's your one ball closer, so you feel obligated to throw a strike, I guess.
I was gonna say, it's like
I'm not gonna try and justify the morons that made that rule.
You know, like I've never understood like no one ever complains about it.
Because it's gone from literally little kids minor league baseball. When you get a 3-0 count, you are told not to swing the bat for 2 more pitches, no matter what, because you want to be on first base. But that's not how it works in the majors. If you get to a 3-0 count, you're probably going to see a fastball.
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably going to be hittable. So you sit dead red, and you crush it, like you're supposed to. And you do your job. 1 free base, does not compare to 4 and a run. You take your home run where you can get it, and if they're gonna throw a meatball,
Was there anyone on base when he hit it?
450.
No,
That
it
was
was
a
a
solo.
solo. Well, like you were saying, especially for a guy like German, who, like I mentioned earlier, the 28-year-old rookie who's literally just playing to come back next year, playing for another paycheck.
Yeah, this dude's playing for Rookie of the Year. Like, he's got to go all out. I mean,
Right now he's leading the league in average at 358. So like it's not like he's just he was like, oh, if I can finally hit the ball. No, he's been rigging all year.
The facts.
Like you touched on earlier, Brady, it bothers me. What might bother me the most is the fact that the Twins complained when they had a position player in their pitching. That annoys me.
Oh, you know what annoys me even more? Tony La Russa was like, yeah, I wasn't really suspicious. I kind of knew the Twins were going to throw behind them. I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah.
You're not worried about them blowing up fastball behind one of your best hitters? Are you kidding me?
Stick up for your players, dude.
Say don't call your players clueless. Stick up for them, and don't say there's going to be consequences. You shouldn't even be in the dugout.
Speaking of MLB, I have an interesting topic. Boston's manager taking the base out of the ground.
Wait, what?
oh, you never saw
You
that?
never saw
I
that?
never saw
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
I thought I sent it to you guys.
He put on a whole show in his.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the TikTok you sent us yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I never got that far. Here, Clayton, we can watch it together. Let me
It's absolutely great.
scroll up and find it. Oh yeah, here it is.
That's all I've seen on TikTok is that.
Oh, it's the
Nationals
Nationals.
manager.
First base, but was called out for running outside
Oh, that
the
was
base
so
line.
dumb.
Nationals manager Dave Martinez lost it in an amazing meltdown.
It wasn't Boston, it was the Nationals.
Nationals manager goes
I love
crazy.
that guy. I've always
Yes.
liked a Nationals manager, but that just made me like Dave Martinez even more.
Yes. He just took the base out and threw it.
I hate those out of the baseline calls. Like, you don't actually know the runner's the one who establishes his baseline.
Yeah.
He was. I don't get that. It's supposed to be 3 steps, right? 3 steps in, 3 steps out.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What? He wasn't even a step out. You know, like
No.
Then there was a few years ago, Adrian McCutcheon was running from first to second. But like, especially like there, you make your own base path pretty much.
right.
Adrian McCutcheon ran a straight line. They're like, oh no, he ran out of the base path. What are you talking about?
There's literally no. There's no base path from first to second, second to
They
third.
say you literally just establish it yourself. As
Yeah.
long as you don't go like way out of the line.
Yeah.
That's
As
really-
long as you don't go all the way over here and hit the player that's throwing the ball.
Say if you stay in the dirt and you aren't getting an advantage from running so far away, they're never gonna call that.
No.
They shouldn't ever call that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
And if the guy gets in your way, so what? Run him over. Make baseball more interesting.
speaking of that, what do you guys think about the whole Manny Machado thing the other night?
Which was
dirty.
that?
He was running to second and he
Slid into
took
the
out Tom
Cardinals'
Yenton at the legs.
Second baseman.
It was
10
ruled
feet from
legal.
the bag.
It was ruled legal too.
I didn't see it.
You never saw it?
No, I never
The dude
saw it.
wasn't even sliding for the base.
I was gonna say he slid
You
to
should-
try to freaking avoid it.
There's a difference between like if a player's blocking a base or if you're just sliding and trying to take him out.
Yeah.
There's a difference there.
No, Tommy had already stepped on second and was stepping away to get the guy at third, and Manny Machado slid like 15, 20 feet away from second base, right
Oh,
on
here we
his
go.
ankle.
Another video break.
Last night's game between the Cardinals and Padres, Cronenworth hits a ball to second.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like
that-
he was only halfway to the base.
That's
Yeah.
dirty.
That's
100%.
dirty.
Like he helped him back up, but that was terrible.
See, that would be interfering.
But they ruled it legal.
That should
I
not be
just don't get
legal.
Why?
I said, they ruled that play legal.
That should not be legal.
We'll blame Manfred.
Dude, that's easy. Did you guys see what Nick Castellanos did the other day?
That was the funniest thing. He never even said a word. That was so funny.
Wait, what?
A fan before Nick Castellanos' at bat told him, "Picture Rob Manfred's face on the ball," and he hit a home run.
Yeah, literally the next pitch.
The next pitch.
And then he literally had the fan talk about it on the post-game interview. Well, Castellanos just stood there nodding his head.
Well, yeah, Castellanos isn't allowed to say it.
That was great.
Somebody will get mad. How dare you show emotion?
Oh, speaking of that, did you
talk out against the owner?
Yeah.
You get fired.
Facts.
Trevor Bauer put a piece of paper over like one of his logos on his shirts. It said, "Not my logo, don't find me," and wore it to his press conference. And a reporter asked him about it. He goes, I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, Bauer is great with the media.
Sometimes.
Well,
let's not get too ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah, you're right, Brady. Sometimes.
He has moments.
He has his moments, then he has this absolutely crazy moment.
The greatest part of it, though, is
Bauer is very out there.
Yes.
He is always going to speak his mind, right or for wrong.
And I feel like that's what baseball needs sometimes, though.
See, my favorite part about his blogs is before every vlog, he's like, and just a reminder, I'm dedicating every episode of the vlog this season to national gossip blogger Ken Rosenthal and his terrible journalism. I'm like, it's not. He's right. It's bad, but gosh dang.
He goes after the throat sometimes, and it's absolutely hilarious.
I think it's funny sometimes, and there's other times where it's like, that's a little too much.
Yeah.
It really just kind of depends.
He definitely goes overboard most of the time, but
I mean,
it's good.
I think guys like Castellanos and Bauer, and I mean, even obviously in a different sense, like Ohtani, like they're trying to make the game more exciting.
Yeah, and MLB needs that right now. People are going this to MLB.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, for those of you who can't see, he just made a down line in the graph, pretty much. It's just the direct downward slope.
That's what it is right now, though.
You're not wrong.
In NFL, NBA are going up.
It's because they're faster paced.
Yeah.
No, technically baseball is actually faster paced than football.
But football has more
I
action.
was gonna say the action in football
Speeds up the game.
Severely outweighs
Yeah, I was gonna say that way.
the actual speed of play.
Imagine putting football pads on baseball players in playing that way.
Oh, I actually have a funny story about that. I was working with Rob Zerker one time, and he's like, here are my rules to change baseball. You make all fields the same size.
Yes.
You eliminate warm-up pitches because you don't get to make free throws. You don't get to take warm-up shots in a basketball game.
Okay, fair enough.
And each home field and court is they're all the same. Like baseball is different. Then you put the base runners in pads, and they can tackle the fielders. I'm like, well,
You can hit them with the ball and they're out.
exactly. Yeah, just dome them. Be like,
Yeah. But so when you're batting, you don't have to wear them. But when you get on first,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I'll have to ask him about it soon.
I'd be
See
like-
if his opinion still stands.
because I feel like the infield would have to wear them too.
I don't know. It's a big theoretical. Not really that worried about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot
If I
of
had to
ways
go
you
on
could
a
go
limb,
with it, though.
Baseball's probably not going to add pads.
I'm kind of with you there too.
Yeah.
Let's just
I
hope
don't
the
know
league
what
gets
told you that, but you're probably right.
Right.
I'm just really good at this whole hot take thing.
He's just also kind of good at this common sense thing that Isaac and I are not really good at.
Yeah, back. The dream is out there.
That is true.
Yeah, you go start your new own sports league, and maybe you'll become rich and famous for it.
So he can start his own podcast called Dream Sports, where he just blasts out all these hot takes that he thinks are dreams. I like that one. It's not even a roast; it's a genuine.
I know.
I can see you doing it too. Just terrifying to think about. Isaac having his own podcast. But that's why we're here, all four of us. If we can keep you in check, they can keep both of us in check.
Alright. What's next?
I mean,
Okay.
Did you? I know I sent it to you, but did you guys see what the thing about Jacob DeGrom from last night?
Well, yeah, he was topping out at 102.
Throwing 102 in single A. That's
Bullying the low A Cardinals team.
don't have to do them like that.
The first batter of the game reached on an error. The last out of the first inning was on a ground out. Every other out was a strikeout. He pitched 3 innings. They were just like, they tweeted out, they're like, guys, Jacob DeGrom's throwing 102. Please send help. And then I guess this morning the Mets retweeted him. And they were like, sorry for any inconvenience. We'll take him back now.
Yeah, seriously. There's no reason he should have been. I don't care what kind of assignment he's on. There's no reason he should be playing in low single A.
I mean,
He should not be playing in anything below Double A, and Double A is pushing it.
I was gonna say, yeah, for a rehab start, yeah.
He really should not be below Triple A, no matter what.
Yeah, rehab starts are something else, because especially for a guy like that, or when Jacob DeGrom, or not Jacob, Justin Verlander played a rehab when he was back in his prime in Detroit, just go down to Toledo and bully everybody.
But I feel like that major league pitcher and get hurt, it's like, well, it gets my confidence back up. Let's go grind.
I mean, rehab assignments are supposed to be easy.
Going
Confidence. What do you
Going
mean?
from a top tier MLB pitcher down to playing low single A, that's just boring at that point.
No, I mean like he gets he gets his 3 inning to his fun, then he goes back up to the
But that's
big
not
league.
fun though, because you know you're so far above them. That's like going out and play basketball against first graders when you're 6'5". Like, there's nothing fun about that.
The freaking Charles Barkley commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Woo! Knew I was going to get picked first. Well, yeah, I'd hope so. You're the round amount of rebound. You probably weigh as much as everybody else combined. Duh.
Now, see, here's a good question. Now, would you, like, limit rehab assignments to Double A and up unless somebody's coming back from Tommy John?
Oh, no, you can't.
You can't.
You can't limit it. It's the
Because-
team's organization. It's their choice. They can move
Right.
anyone, anywhere, depending on what their contract says.
Truly, that's just too broad a category, I guess.
There would be too many little finicky parts that you'd have to make to adjust
what
rules
if
on
this?
that there's no...
It would take forever to do, so they wouldn't do it.
Like, oh, what if this? My condition is this,
Like,
which
yeah,
is similar to this.
like, if they had, like, a major arm injury there, like, for a while, like, I could see starting in, like, low A to just, like get going again, but, like, Jacob DeGrom in low A,
Jacob DeGrom should
when
not be in low
he was
A.
out for not even 2 weeks.
No matter what happens, Jacob DeGrom should never have been in low A, and the Mets should be ashamed of themselves.
Bro, the Mets they've just had a rough year. Francisco Lindor is not the move this year.
I never thought I would say this, but
The Indians
we're kind of winning that trade right now.
I mean, Andres Mendes just got sent down, but Ahmed Rosario's doing it for us, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Time will tell.
yeah.
I mean, one of our prospects that we got for Clevenger's raking right now in AAA, and see a lot of people think he's going to come up soon. He'll probably play shortstop over Rosario, if I'm being honest.
Hopefully he will. We'll
He
see.
can play all 4 field spots though. However, I'm kind of thinking that the whole Jake Bauers and Josh Naylor thing might be sticking right now.
Yeah, Josh Naylor playing right field and first base.
But I mean, even Jake Bauers hasn't been bad this year. He's starting to heat up. As much crap as Bechtel and I give Jake Bauers, he's really not that bad.
No, he's not terrible.
I think I'd rather have Naylor at first, though.
Well, but right now Naylor's playing right because Lupo's out, and Naylor's been playing more right field anyway. And Yu Chang hasn't been hitting for crap, and that's why Bauers has been getting more bats at first.
Yeah, that is true.
But, yeah. I think if they call up Owen Miller, they'll be the infield will get rejuvenated. Ahmed can go back to playing center.
All right. This will conclude episode 20 of the Hot Take Sports Podcast. Make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms at Hot Take Sports 16. And stay tuned for more sports podcasting episodes. We'll talk to you guys soon.